Hello everyone, this is Goober from FactionFiles.com, and today we're going to be looking at some incredibly basic mod creation in Red Faction. So I'm just going to go ahead and, from my Red Faction directory, open up the mods directory, make a new folder. I'll call it my mod. You can call it whatever you want, it really doesn't matter. I'm then going to take my tables.vpp file. I'm opening it with VPP Viewer. You can use VPP Builder if you want. And I'm going to find... we'll do a weapon mod, I guess. So then I'm going to find my Red Faction directory. Red Faction mods. I'm just going to put it in the root for now. If you're dealing with mass amounts of files, you're going to want to create, say, a source folder, and probably also want a tables folder, so I'll just put that in there. And I'll just open weapons.tbl with, I'll find context. Context isn't here. I'm going to use context. You can download context if you like. I just prefer to use it for table editing, and I'm using the Unreal Ed highlighter. You can find all of this on Context website that you can find by just Googling for context. I'm just going to Control F, which is fine for 12mm pistol, which is 12mm handgun right here. We'll change... What can we change? We can change, I guess... I'll make it fire a projectile. So, I'm just going to change the velocity down to something low. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind is, in multiplayer or Red Faction, if anything is 100 meters per second or higher, the velocity parameter, it's going to turn up as being instant, and you won't be able to see the projectile. But considering we're going to put a projectile, we want to be able to see it, so I'm just going to go ahead and set that to, say, 20 meters a second. Now, I'm just going to find Rocket Launcher and copy the v3d file name line from this. This is our projectile. Then I'm going to go back up and find 12mm pistol and replace the v3d file name line with the rocket. I'm going to save that. Then I'm going to, I'll just make a copy of tables.vpp and put it in here. You can just start or create a new VPP with VPP Builder if you want, but I didn't want to find where it was installed. So I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to delete all of this stuff, drag my table file in there, and save. Now, this is not going to work. You have to keep in mind that Red Faction is only going to load one VPP file with each name, and considering the game is already loading a tables.vpp file from the root directory, right here, it's not going to load that again. So I'm just going to go ahead and name that, say, mymod_tables.vpp. Now, if I get my PF launcher here, I can change this to my mod and launch the game. This is going to launch Pure Faction with my mod as opposed to the regular game. Just use this map. As you can see, it is launching a projectile. Now, another thing you've got to keep in mind when making mods is that this just created a players_mymod.cfg file in my main Red Faction directory. Players.cfg is the root Red Faction one. Now, it's going to create a file named players_ and your mod name, your mod folder name, for each mod that you run. But we don't want that right now. We just want a copy of our default players.cfg, so I don't have to set up my controls or my sound volume or my mouse sensitivity again. So I'm just going to rename this to players_mymod. Now if I launch the game again, do this, all my settings are correct. And from the other tutorial, if you watched it, my adding custom textures tutorial, I left this on low detail, so I'm just going to change that back. There we go. And now we have high texture detail again. And as you can see, we've got our pistol launching rockets. I'm going to get out of the game and briefly talk about server configuration. If you wanted to run a server on your mod, Go to the server setup tab on Pure Faction, hit add to create a new server. I'm just going to name this DM MyMod. Now I can change the server name to MyMod server, DM. Change the server port to whatever you want. Mine's going to be 7755 because that's my forwarded port for Red Faction. I'm going to keep the game name at DM. Need to add a map, DMO2, that's installation, that'll work. Max players, that's fine. Kills, yeah, that's great. Password, I'll just set that to password, Archon, password. Now, this mod field here, same as when you were launching the game, I can't click out there, same as when you were launching the game via the multiplayer tab, you need to launch the server on your mod, so select my mod from this drop-down box. I'm just going to save that. Now if I launch the server, oh, I can't find that map. I think it was DM test. Yeah, DM test. Can't find that map because I deleted all those maps from my Red Faction directory in this install. So let me just launch this and it'll be on that map. Now if I launch the game without our mod and try to find this server, I need to add it. 7755. Okay, now there we go. As you can see, it is loading my mod. The game type shows up as DM MyMod. If I try to join this, it's going to give me an error telling me that I don't currently have this mod running. So, I'm going to quit, and then I'm going to relaunch the game with the mod. And now if I try to join that same server, and put in our password, which was password, it's going to let me in fine, and I can play with other people that are running the same mod. That concludes this tutorial. Thanks for watching.